So this is different because now I can't see the chat. Let's see. Oh, wait. All right, I dismissed the pin message, but I don't think I have texting capabilities. Oh well.
Yeah.
We have one person, or is it me?
It could be you, or it could
Probably
be me. Yeah. Yeah. We'll hang out just a little bit and get settled.
Yeah.
I will.
If you're
Always gotta
watching, come say hi.
Always got to check the cork on wine bottles. Am I the only one?
I'm not really a drinker. I know
What?
I'm terrible. What are you
Hold
checking
on
it for?
Well, you're supposed to check for it if it smells like vinegar,
Mm.
or a vinegary kind of weird smell. Then that means that it's gone bad.
Or cheap.
Anyway, what's that?
Is it or cheap?
Or you're. Oh, I thought you said, or I'm cheap. Like I bought a cheap bottle.
No,
of
that
wine.
would have been me. It's probably why I don't like wine that much.
Yeah. But I do have some, like my win-loss from all my casinos.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. So whoever's in here, I was gonna wait to say this, but I hope anyone who is in New York, New Jersey, I don't think I heard anything bad about the earthquake today, but I'm not positive.
Oh yeah, it was in New York. Yeah, just outside of New Jersey or something like that.
Yeah,
It was a big one.
I think it was New Jersey, but I had family members and my mom's friend who lives like a little bit upstate. They all felt it. So hopefully,
really.
Mm-hmm. So all of your houses, everything's okay.
Yeah. Was it like a 4.8 or something like that? I mean, that's
yeah.
Yeah. And I wonder how long the aftershocks are gonna. Sometimes that comes. Yeah. But
I've only been through one of them, but I was a kid and I slept through it, so it doesn't even count.
You mean you didn't even stir at all? You didn't even feel it?
No.
Yeah. I've been through my hurricanes. That's for sure. Down in Florida.
Yeah, we don't say the H word around here.
Yeah. By the way, on that, did you see the latest predictions from the NOAA and all that? They're saying could be a pretty active.
And there is a Hurricane Chris, which is my name, Hurricane Valerie, which is my mom's name. So we're making.
Is there a Matthew?
Here.
Or
I don't remember.
It's always Matthias.
Yeah.
Auf Deutsch, if anyone sprechen Sie Deutsch. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I know there's not a lot of people in here just yet, but we'll go ahead and do this anyway because you never know, right? People are going to watch this. But I'm Money Matt Slots, Matt, and with me today is the one and only
Lot Crush, Christine.
What's up? How you been? By the way, I haven't seen you in forever. It's been a minute.
I've been well.
Yeah.
Normal routine. Oh, I was in New Jersey like a week or two ago, so that was fun. I got to record there.
Nice.
And Golden Nugget, and I think it was resorts there, so that was pretty cool. It's always fun going somewhere new. Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So, have you posted any of that content yet, or
I did?
Do you dribble it out?
Yes. So I did one video from Golden Nugget, and I still have another one that I'll be posting from resorts. Maybe this weekend.
Nice.
But the people there at both hotels, I have to say, were amazing. Like,
oh, you mean like the hosts and just everyone in general?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm gonna try not to mix the two up because both of them were like brand new for me. I want to say it was Golden Nugget where I sent the guy an email. Well, I had been leaving messages on like the wrong extension, and like I never got anywhere. Like the lady was never like, "Hey, it's not me." So this poor lady got like 4 messages. So anyway, I ended up getting the right person, and he called me within like 5 minutes. Not even lying.
Wow.
He was super cool. Communication was amazing. I think I had everything done by like the next morning. I had the approvals, paperwork, and I was done. And then pretty much the same thing with resorts. No, it was. And resorts too. They were amazing. Like they did a lot of follow-ups with me and like where I can meet them. like when I'm heading out to let them know so they can come meet me. They were
Now,
great.
but
I have
real
nothing
quick,
bad to say about them.
when you say resorts, is that like the same as Resorts Worlds Vegas, or?
I don't think so.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
I
I've
think
never
it's just
been.
resorts.
Okay, I've never been to Atlantic City ever.
Mhm.
I mean, that's not true. I've been to like the airport,
Right.
flown in and flown out, and never had any
Yeah.
opportunity. So I was just curious. So, what are all the casinos? Since we're talking about real quick, this Atlantic City, what are all the casinos that are there? I know there's a couple MGM's and or Caesars properties also there.
So they have Borgata, which is MGM.
Okay.
Um, I know they have a Harrah's, I believe. I think a Hard Rock, but I've never been.
Okay.
There's also Oceans, which I did not go
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
There's a bunch. I just haven't been to them all. I pretty much
Yeah.
just went to 3 of them.
Yeah. And remind me if we start talking about comps and casinos later, which is on our list of things here. Remind me to ask a question about like the multipliers for Hard Rock because I feel like
Okay.
Tampa and Hollywood specifically are very few multiplier opportunities at those
I
two
don't
casinos. But we could talk about that later.
Yeah, but
In a
I can
minute. But
literally just answer it right now because I don't go there often enough to even
okay,
know.
yeah. I mean, I guess the reason I'm asking is because I always get whether it's Hard Rock Sacramento, which I used to frequent quite a bit
Yeah.
when I lived on the West Coast, even Tampa maybe more often, and
Mhm.
then all of the other Hard Rock properties. I feel like I get these five
Yeah.
times, 10 times opportunities, and they're not long. They're maybe some are only a 4 hour period, some are a 6 hour, 12 hour, 24 hour period. But I'm like waiting on Hollywood. You know what I mean? Because it's like
I know.
that's where I want to frequent. But anyway, okay, back to your trip. So
Mhm.
got some videos. That's awesome. Got some good
Mhm.
content. And you said you like to dribble them out. So you do like a couple of videos a week or something like that. You'll do, I guess, whether it's
I didn't do
shorts.
many. I wasn't there long, so I think I
Oh,
already did
okay.
my um from Golden Nugget. I think I already put that one out.
Hmm.
I might have another one. I think I split them
Was
up
that
because they were too long.
a Huff and Even More Puff, or which one was
I
that?
did Frankenstein
Oh
and
yeah.
Stinkin' Rich. That was at Golden Nugget.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
So I already put that one out, and then I have another one that I did there from Food Island Land.
Okay. Yeah, I
So I
like
have
that
that,
game.
and
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it, Salvage.
all
So,
right.
what's your schedule ahead, and then I'll share mine. You were just up in New Jersey, so
Mhm.
what are you doing next? What's your kind of routine for posting your videos? You got quite the subscriber count. I think you're approaching 4,000. That's freaking awesome. If you haven't
Yeah.
already, make sure you subscribe to @SlotCrush on YouTube. Um, what's your plan for the casino? How do you do it? Like weekly? What do you do as a slot influencer and content
I
creator?
feel like I never consider myself an influencer, but
Well, hey, with almost
but
4,000 subscribers, I mean,
no.
come on, you know what I mean? I mean, seriously though, it's like great. I mean, you are so.
So I'm still doing my weekly Dania trips. I'm probably gonna go this weekend.
Yeah.
And I've been talking with my mom because I know she wants to plan a trip to either Foxwoods, Borgata, and then she threw in Vegas. So
Mm,
one of those 3, I'll be going to probably in the next month or 2. So that'll be a lot of fun. Um, I love all 3 of those places. So
mm.
whatever she wants to go, I'm gonna be happy with.
All
So
right.
that's my
All right.
travel plans now.
And do you do like locally at least once a week, twice a week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
once a week I go to the casino at Dania Beach.
Love that place. Yep.
Look, since you were last there, they have been killing it, and I always tell them that.
Yeah.
They just got Huff and Even More Puff.
Oh,
They
nice,
got
nice.
and I always say this name wrong, even though I like the game. Big Hot Flaming Pots, I think.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
You guys know what it is if I'm saying it wrong. They have, which I already played there, they had Lion Link, but now they have, like, the larger cabinet ones.
Mm.
And then they have a, Dancing Drums Trio.
What's the difference in the trio? Tell me again.
There's 3 separate, like, screens.
Ah, yes. But you have to get the triple drum, right, to get that feature?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And then they advertised a new game I never heard of, so, when I go this weekend, I'm gonna look for it and see how it is.
Nice.
But, I mean, like, seriously, I went 1 week, I went on vacation, came back, and they had, like, 5 new games, and I was like, "Wow." And they're
Isn't that
good games
amazing?
too.
Yeah. And it's funny on that point. I've gone to a casino and then like the next day I want to go back and play the same machine that maybe paid me or felt good on or maybe it even took my money and it's time to
Yeah,
give my
yeah,
money back and it's gone
yeah,
and it's moved and it's all just a big computer like software if you will, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think they do that on purpose, right? Whether it's just to keep it interesting for the guests, the experience coming in,
yeah,
moving stuff
and I feel
around.
like especially I don't wanna insult them by calling them a smaller casino, but they're not
Right.
affiliated with MGM or Unity or, like, Caesars. I think they're
Yeah.
independent, so for them to have all these new games that some of the major casinos don't even have yet, like, that's great.
That
So
is
they're
really
they're
good.
they're staying
Yeah.
relevant, and it's non-smoking, which is my favorite thing, so
Yeah. Would you consider Dania and again, I don't want to use this term boutique casino or just a standalone, smaller, right? I don't even know what the term
I
is
mean,
for what.
I'm sure they have an official word, but,
Yeah, yeah.
for people that ever came down here or those who have lived in South Florida, the casino at Dania Beach is still connected to the original Dania Highlight.
Oh, that's
So
right. Yeah, weren't they? I
mhm,
mean, they were the original in that area, right?
I believe
Yeah.
so. So they still have
Yeah.
Highlight that, I think I think they go on and off season. So,
Yeah.
but they're still
Yeah.
they're still active with Highlight. That's really cool because
Yeah.
not a lot of
I mean,
casinos
if
have that.
no, and if anybody watching has never seen highlight, it's incredible. That
Yeah.
ball travels. I can't remember. I think they said it's the fastest ball sport or something like that. I remember someone telling me it
I can
travels the
see that,
fastest. Yeah,
and I wanna say so I don't remember the last time I was in that part of it, but I think you're, like, allowed to, like, go in and watch.
yeah, yep.
Yeah,
I've
so
seen
it's
I've
cool.
seen some
Mhm.
practices and like exhibition type matches, but never official matches. But anyway,
Yeah, I can't
okay.
ever tell you
Well,
the last time I even bet on Highlight or if I ever have.
yeah,
So
yeah. Um, well, I am planning. Like I said, it's been a while, and with my travel schedule, it's hard for me to do lives and get content. There's only a couple places I had permission when I was on the West Coast to record at
mhm,
one of my local casinos, but I always have to come down into Florida, and of course,
yeah.
you connected me with Dania Beach. Hey, what's up, Bill? It's
What's up?
me.
What's up, Dirk Diggler?
um, you connected me up with Dana, which is great because now I go there quite a bit, and I do get a lot of my
Yeah.
content there. Of course, I still go to Hard Rock, but the week of April 22nd, Money Mat Slots will be in South Florida, and yeah, I'll definitely be at the casino at Dania Beach. I'll be at Hard Rock Hollywood a little bit. I'll probably try to connect at some time during the week, but they may be changing their schedule. Chris and Lou slots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
do you remember
so
that when they were doing a live and they said that they were going to maybe switch it up and not just stay at Hard Rock? Do you remember that conversation? It was a live,
yeah, I think they said
maybe.
they were gonna go to Dania, right? They were gonna
Yeah,
check out
yeah,
Dania? That would be fun.
yeah.
So, I found out well, technically, I already knew about it, I just forgot. I actually have training in Miami that week. So,
Oh,
the
yeah,
22nd, I'll be around, so I can go out if you ever wanna gamble that week. I
sure.
just have to, probably go to like, I have to go home probably earlier because
Yeah, no, I get it, and
yeah,
and technically, I'm on call with my company, so during the daytime, obviously, and I know you're working, and of course everyone works, but
yeah,
most of the time during the day I'm working, but then sometimes at night it depends. I don't always like to go to the casino, and others watching probably feel the same on Friday night or Saturday nights. To me, I always feel like one, they're just so busy, and
yeah,
two, I've had better success, and maybe it's just because there's a wider variety of games and selection available for me to play on. You know what I mean? Where I'm not limiting myself
No,
to
I agree.
just that one that's open.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of other slot channels and some gurus out there who you can go to their websites and they'll tell you, oh, I only go at 4 in the morning, or I only go before 6 a.m. and different things like
Yeah.
that. And obviously, I think we've even said it before. It's random, but
Yeah.
my luck tends to be at the sometimes more off and weird hours, I guess. So I will
I like
go
it better.
sometimes during the week for sure. Yeah, yeah. Do you have a night that's better for you, or day, or what do you do?
Not really. Like sometimes I get a feeling. Like
Mm,
I'll be like, I don't want to go today,
reminds me
or
of
I
a
don't want
song.
to.
I got a feeling.
No,
Sorry.
yeah. Or like I don't feel it in me to like do a live stream. And then
Yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
days where I'm like, I need to go because like I'm feeling the luck. That doesn't always work out,
Oh,
but
really?
mhm, yeah.
How
So
often though, when you're feeling the luck, or can you say the urge or the whatever, and then you get into the casino and it pops, and then you're like, I knew it. Or I mean, is that often? I mean, are you 50
um
50 on that, or?
it's probably less than that, but like there's been a time where like I had a dream I won and I was like, it was like some weird off day and I was like, I have got to go to the casino today. And like there was
Really?
nothing that was gonna stop me because in my head I was winning a grand in real life too. So I'm not gonna
That's
call
pretty
out
awesome.
Dirk Diggler. If he wants to share what he might be doing this weekend, he can tell us.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Bill Dirk Diggler in the house. Thank you. What do you got going on this weekend? First thing in the morning when no one's there. Yeah,
yeah. I knew he was gonna say that, which is why
yeah,
which is why I brought it up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah. We kind of touched on that a little bit. I mean, I've popped some $1,000 majors in the morning early, and again, I don't know if that's just because there's more of them available. Whether it's been at Hard Rock,
Hmm.
I don't know if I've hit it at Casino at Dania yet, but Caesar's property, MGM properties in Vegas, a couple of my local casinos. I've definitely in the morning. I've found the sweet spot between like 7 and 10 a.m. And again, that's just me and my luck.
Yeah.
Um, but I do like a Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes a Monday. And of course, I obviously will go on the weekends just because I'm free, right? I'm not
Yeah.
flying, or my schedule and work's not demanding, and you're probably the same, right? I mean, when you're not working,
Yeah.
it's easy, and
Yeah.
you don't feel like, oh, maybe did I skip out on work early, or am I, I don't know. So
No.
sometimes I just feel that way during the week. You know what I mean? It's like for
Yeah.
me.
So now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever woken up early and was like, let me go to the casino. Like I love my sleep.
Oh,
Like
Shelly's in.
I am
Shelly's
not a
one of
morning person.
Shelly's one of my friends. She says coffee and games in the morning can be fun. Yes, it can.
Hey,
Absolutely, Shelly.
Shelly.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Dirk
Shelly's.
Diggler is going to Foxwoods tomorrow.
Oh, he is.
Yes, and I'm super jealous.
Oh, that's not fair.
I
That's
know.
not fair. So Slot Crush, Shelly is one of my wife's lifelong friends, and
Mhm.
she's also my gambling buddy for sure. And I mean, it's like when I think I'm going to sneak into the casino, if we're on a cruise together, the big couples cruise, or in Las Vegas, guess
Uh-huh.
who's there already on the
Oh,
machines and
nice.
already beat me? It's Shelly. That's for
That's
sure.
great. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. So it's nice. We have a bunch of friends and our couple friends. Matter of fact, we just came off of a cruise, and
Mhm.
it was phenomenal. I'm going to post some of the shorts, and Royal Caribbean was great. It's not a paid advertisement at all. I'm not sponsored, but they were great. They let me film, and it was just a really wonderful experience on their ship.
Mhm.
And Shelly was there too, and I think we all reached a new status, or
Oh,
renewed
that's
our
always
status.
good.
Shelly, what do we do? Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
look terrible. Oh
So.
my gosh.
Uh,
Sorry.
okay, so we'll stay on our little topics here.
Okay.
We talked about casinos we like to frequent and why. What
Mhm.
about your favorite comps at casinos? So when you get your comps, what excites you to get back in there, right? Because that's the whole idea of comps for
Mhm.
casinos. They want to bring it back in. What do you really play for, or what are you looking forward to when it comes to comps at your casinos, or any casino for that matter?
I think the easiest is free play.
Yeah,
Like, if you give me free play, I'm gonna go, especially if it's a good
yeah,
amount. Because then of course I'm gonna spend my own money too. Um, I do like I do like getting cruises, and I do like where like MGM, getting comped rooms. Like that's important to me because
Yeah.
You know, I think I make it clear, like, I'm always on a budget when I'm gambling, and
Yeah.
that's, like, in my entire life. So, if I can go somewhere on vacation and, like, have my room paid for, like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't I go all the time,
Right.
you know?
Well, and on that, a lot of people will say the first pushback, let me be the devil's advocate, and I'm not saying this because I'm a fan, just like you. Is it really free? My free room or my free cruise or my free, you know what I mean?
I think we talked about this last time, and I
We
consider it
did.
yes.
We did a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
I consider it yes. It's a little
Yeah.
perk that they don't have to give you. Not every casino gives that to you. And I
Right.
recently found out, because I know we were just touching on this with, like, I think you were saying with like Hard Rock, but with
Mm.
MGM, when I go to Vegas, I get, I think, up to 4 rooms free or 4 nights free. They give me
Oh
they
yeah.
give me like $150 to like eat, and then like whatever comps and stuff. Or then like I get a little bit of free play. So what I recently found out is that Borgata does not do that.
Mm.
Borgata didn't give me those type. I mean, I still got comp rooms, but they don't give me any like resort credits like for food.
Right.
Their
And they're
multipliers
in,
are different.
and they're MGM, right?
They are MGM, but it's
Yeah.
easy. The guy was saying that it's easier to earn points than it is to earn points in Vegas, and I guess that's like the payoff.
Mm.
And I was like,
I
"Ooh, I kind of
see.
like that better because you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna earn comps anyways. So if I can get free rooms, comps, and then have like a better multiplier to earn comps, it's a
Yeah.
win-win."
Yeah, and obviously, the higher tier levels you are at the different casinos, the more free play you'll get, and a lot of times that's based on your play as well, obviously. But
Yeah.
the more resort credits, beverage dining,
Hmm.
things like that. I
Oh
think
yeah.
was it gold with MGM was a minimum of like 4 nights and $100 or something like that per trip or
So I
something
was
like
gold
that.
last year. So I
Okay.
had, it depended on which hotel. Some were 3, some were 4, and other people get better comps than I do. But
Yeah. Yeah.
at one point I was getting like 250 in like food credits,
Oh, that's
which was,
good.
and then they ended up like towards the end of the year, because I went in December, and I think they cut it down to like 150, which is still
Yeah.
good because I'm
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
gonna earn
Yeah.
my own comps anyways that I can use. I think at that time I was still gold, so I didn't have resort fees. So whatever
Yeah.
comps I earned, I just used that for like Starbucks or
Yeah. I
whatever
mean,
I wanted.
and you are in Vegas, so it's like whether it's 150 or even 250, you're going to spend. You could probably spend that in one dinner. You know what I mean? Things are so
Yeah,
expensive nowadays.
yeah,
But if you're by yourself or you're traveling with anyone else and you've split some rooms or done whatever, you could probably spread that out over a 3 or 4 day
yeah, and
trip, and
and
it's
I try
great.
to sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, the spa and the steakhouse at Hard Rock, Shelley said. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we
Oh,
love
and
Council Oak, don't we, Shelley?
I
Yeah.
know. I've been there too. It's really good. Actually, when
So
I go
good.
to Vegas, I usually get my hair done there. It's like my little travel hack because I don't
Oh,
like doing my hair. And I always end up getting that comped off. So I'm like, all right, that's great.
wow, that's
Yeah.
nice.
It's like a
Because I'm
hundred bucks.
sure, yeah. Well, I mean, I know what my wife pays for her hair, so I can imagine
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Vegas, of all places, too, it's probably got an extra
Yeah.
layer on it. Um, all right.
But
So,
but that's
what
because
about
that's gonna make me come back.
the
I love
free
it.
play in the rooms? Okay, so for me, I love the free play doesn't always bring me back unless it's a pretty high dollar value. And I mean, look, 75 to $100 probably going to get my attention. But what I like to do is even if it's lower than that, but back to back, where I can do them.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
expiring at 11:59 on one night, and then the next morning or that
Yes.
12:01 a.m. I get the next, free play to kick in. I love to try to do the back to back on that. And look at
Yes,
Shelly;
Shelly,
she's
do
going to
it.
do your
Yeah.
hack now. Yeah, that's a great idea.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't even ask for it. They just do it for me. So
that's awesome.
I think I end up originally paying for it, but they either return it or they just tell me there that it's comped. So I think I've done it a few times,
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4
So
times, and I've never paid.
yeah, it's kind of like anything you have left on your bill,
Mhm.
then it's just kind of washed or whatever.
Yeah. And
That's
I'm not
nice.
even like a crazy like gambler either. You know,
Yeah.
by no means am I high roller. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll do the free play. I like that. But
Mhm.
for me, I do like the shows, like the free tickets to,
Mm.
I know Casino at Dania Beach. I got to give them credit here. They have the most fabulous cover bands,
They
and
do.
oh my God, or tribute bands, I guess is
Yeah.
really
Mhm.
the word. And these are like nationally touring
Yes.
tribute bands. These are not. I mean, some may be local to the South Florida
Mhm.
or Florida area, Orlando or what have you. But guys, let me tell you, I mean, they are A plus phenomenal. It's a smaller venue. Is it Stage 954? Is that what it's called? But it seats, I want to say maybe 400 or 500 people max. But it is that a lot? Or oh, you're are you muted? Check to make sure you're not muted. But
Oh, I was sorry.
okay, no, that's okay. Is it about 400 or 500 people? Maybe that's
I
too
don't
many.
know, but I would consider it an intimate venue, which I like.
Yeah, but let me tell you, the sound quality,
Yeah.
and I'm a nerd, sound nerd. I mean, I'm a musician. I've played in multiple bands. I've run sound, so I am like the biggest critic of that. Critic of that. It's amazing. You guys have to check it out if you're ever in South Florida. I mean,
Yeah.
they have. Yeah. I just missed like the Prince tribute band this weekend. I got free tickets to see Huey Lewis and the News tribute band, which my wife will tell you, and my fam. I am a nut for Huey Lewis,
Mhm.
and I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen the Bee Gees. I've seen. Uh, I think James Taylor tribute bands come. It's been amazing. So I love that stuff, and
Yeah.
then the food and the other little things like that. Of course, you know what's one comp that I've gotten, and I don't know if you've ever received this. Maybe Dirk, if he's still in the room, or Shelly. Um, the rewards air. This is it? No, Caesar Air, or is it
I've done
Caesar's?
MGM.
Okay, where they'll fly you.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, so Caesars does that as well. And if you guys ever get it, if you're watching and you get that opportunity, and it'll tell you, most of the times it'll link you from maybe your home address city, but don't just think that's your only options. You can actually click on that link inside that email and pick other dates, other cities, and they'll connect you to the like a gateway city or something like that. But it's really awesome.
Mhm.
So you should take advantage of that. I think it's
Yeah.
two people, transportation, the bags. I think you have a story where it was like, I mean, the bags are picked up. It's like everything. It's like just
Yeah, and I'll just briefly talk about it. So I'm like an MGM girl, so all my stories are MGM. Um, yeah, the first time I had never heard of it before. This was probably 2 years ago, and I had gotten an email, oh, not an email. I got a thing in the mail, and they were gonna give me $800 in free play, and they're like, "And we'll fly you." And I'm like, "Okay, scam." So
yeah, right.
and
Delete or whatever.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I called them and they're like, "Oh, everyone's been calling and, it's legit." So I forced my mom to go with me. I'm like, "We're going to," this was Beau Rivage. I'm like, "We're going."
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was through Sun Country Airline,
Oh yeah,
and
they're a great airline.
mhm,
Yeah.
and we had to pay, it was a $50 deposit each, and then they returned
Mm.
that in free play. No, but they gave it back to
Wow.
us. Yeah, so, we got to the airport. Once we dropped off the bags, like, because it's chartered, I had no idea that all the people on the flight were all people who were going on the charter. So, like,
Ah.
they gave us, like, when we were about to land, they gave us free drinks, like, well, like, 1 complimentary drink, like, alcohol
Yeah.
drink just to celebrate because it's 21 and older. We got off the plane, we had no idea that we just go right to the bus. Like, they had those, like, those coach like, those really nice buses.
Like on the tarmac as you got off the airplane, or
No, 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 we had to go outside, like,
oh,
to
okay,
the
okay. You're
parkers,
in the
but, like,
main
those
terminal. Gotcha, gotcha.
yeah, but, like, those giant, like, tour buses, so, like,
Nice.
carpeted, AC,
Yeah.
and it was nice. They took care of our bags, they brought our bags to our room, and, like,
Wow, nice.
I mean, I like it, but especially, like, going with my mom, who it just makes it easier, especially
Yeah.
as, someone who might be a little bit older, where you have all that stuff is taken care of for you, and then when you leave, they can either pick up your stuff or you can just bring it down to the bus, and they bring you back to the airport. So, it was amazing.
Yeah. Well, I want to do it sometime. I've had the opportunity on the West Coast to go into Laughlin area, which
Hi,
is just south
Sierra.
of Los. Hi, Sierra. How you
Sorry.
doing? No, you're fine. Which is south of Las Vegas. But now that I'm on the East Coast, they're trying to take me to Atlantic City, of course,
Oh
right?
yeah, do
But
it. It's great.
but the cool, yeah, the cool thing is that I can fly out of Buffalo, whereas
Mhm.
before on the West Coast, I was so far north of any gateway airport that kind of met the criteria. I'd have to drive south to
Yeah,
Sacramento.
but
So this actually might be a better deal in the end. So I would say, folks, if you get the Caesars Reward Air or the MGM, take advantage of it because honestly,
well,
that's a great comp. No,
let me say if it's worth it because now because I went back down to Pearl, so I dropped a level,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. Oh,
I think it was for Beau Rivage that they wanted to charge me like over $500 per person for the flight and the hotel, and I'm like, at that point, it's not really worth it to me because
right.
I can use my JetBlue points, get a free flight somewhere, and not to sound like a
Yeah.
snob, but I'm gonna go if it's worth it to me. So if just because
Well,
you get an offer, as you know, it doesn't always mean it's
well,
going to
and
be a good one
that
for
is the
you.
other. Obviously, that's what we do. And talking about comps and why it matters is, you have to as a slot player or a gambler or a traveler enthusiast, or you just like
Yeah.
the idea of the resorts. Which one of the things I truly enjoy about them too is you can play, gaming or whatever. And I like to
Mhm.
play some blackjack as well. That's kind of where my whole gambling sort of started as a hobby.
Yeah.
And then it moved to slots, but you can then have dinner. You can have 3 or 4 or 5 different restaurants. There's spa for my wife,
Yeah.
or if you're traveling in couples, we love to do couple trips, and sometimes we coincide it with some of our anniversaries or
Mhm.
Valentine's Day, which is always fun. And then the shows in Vegas are just, when you walk and then you can get off of the strip and go do things.
Oh,
So to
yeah.
your point, we always have to find the value in the trip and right in the
Yes.
gambling and the adventure
Mhm.
of the casino and what have you. So yeah, well, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked about comps and some of our casinos that we like to frequent in our schedule. Um, let's see. Let's talk about something that maybe not everyone likes to talk about, and that is biggest losses
Okay.
and your biggest wins at the casino. Because I know everyone probably wants to know, you know, how do we do it and how much do you win? And obviously it's up and down, but why don't we start with you? I think you have some really great stories.
So I'm gonna be terrible when I say I don't really pay attention to my losses for for
Oh,
sanity
jeez.
reasons. Like I've seen
Because
them when
I got so much money I can't even
well,
count,
no,
right? No,
no,
I'm
and I
just kidding.
actually it's actually the opposite. Like I've gone gambling with you and like my budget sometimes it's like, okay, I got my $200 for the night because I have to stick with, what I can afford.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if I go to
And
Vegas,
that's the other thing, right? You got to play within your means.
yes,
I mean, every
I
time
hate
you
it,
go to
but
the
I do it.
right. But
Yeah.
every time you go to the casino, every time I go to the casino, I think Sierra and Shelly, Dirk, and others who are in the room, because I know that they gamble, we're prepared to lose that money when we walk in. I
Yes.
mean, it's entertainment purposes and it's a hobby. And, look, if I break even, that's a win for
Oh,
me.
yeah, because you're earning
Yeah,
comps and
exactly. So, okay.
you earned points, so why not?
Yeah,
But
so back to you. You said you don't keep track of your
well,
losses.
I kind of don't, but just say like if I go to Vegas, for instance, what I like to do is I budget myself out a couple $100 per day, whether it be 200 or $300 per day for the trip.
Right.
And so if I'm there for like 4 days, 4, 8, 12, like $1,200, maybe 1,500. And like
Yeah.
there's times where I don't win at all and it's gone.
Yeah.
Um, I know for some that might be a lot, for others it might be not a lot at all. Um,
Yeah. Now,
but
now on that budget, if you don't mind me interrupting,
Mhm.
do you say, okay, well, I'm going to get up at a certain time. I'm not going to go to the casino at a certain time because some can take say $20 if they sit down on a slot for $20 and they may be betting on a penny slot 20 cent to 40 cents a bet or whatever it may be, and they can really stretch that out, or they give their a time. I'm going to
Mhm.
go, okay, after I'm going to have breakfast, it's going to
Yeah.
have to be after you know what I mean. They're very
Yeah, yeah.
strict and regiment to that. I mean, do you wait when you're on that 3 or 4 day trip, when you have that budget laid out of whether it's 300 a day, 400 a day, whatever that budget is, do you wait to get into the casino?
Sierra.
I know that's actually good.
Yes.
Don't bring your ATM card.
Yeah,
That's great.
and don't get drunk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. So my lifestyle in general is I'm not a breakfast person and I'm not a
Okay.
morning person. So
Oh, so you're
like if
sleeping in anyway.
I'm sleeping in anyways, and the first meal of
Yeah.
my day is usually like lunch.
Oh,
So and by
okay.
that point I'm a little bit hungry. So like I usually eat lunch first. If I'm with my friends, we'll go out. Like we'll go out on the strip. We might go to different casinos, and then eventually we'll start
Oh,
playing. I know
do you
myself,
see?
and
I like what he said. A gambling box. We'll talk about that in a
oh,
second.
I actually Mr. Handpay gave me one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I
yeah.
actually have one. Um, but for me, if I'm away on vacation, I know myself and like my time to shine is at night because I'm a night person. So I don't want
There
to
you go.
waste all my
Yeah,
money like 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I know it's gonna be 10 o'clock at night and I'm gonna be like,
yeah,
let's go. And that's that's
yeah,
fun for me.
yeah.
So I'm a
Well, it's
little bit
funny.
opposite of some people, I guess.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I remember. So we'll do a big couples Vegas trip,
Mhm.
um, and we all budget accordingly, and the guys will kind of sleep in until I don't know, 8:39 or whatever it is. Hey, let's meet for breakfast. We'll have a big breakfast buffet together, 9:30 or
Yeah.
10. And then the guys get a little antsy after about an hour at breakfast, and we
Mhm.
want to, hey, we're going to go to the room. Let's change. Let's get some of our bankroll and let's go gamble a
Yeah.
little bit. And the girls are still drinking the, bottomless
Like
mimosas
mimosas.
until like one
Yeah.
o'clock in the afternoon or whatever. But I've done this on a boys trip. So we'll do a boys trip or and I can remember
Mhm.
back in October, we're in Las Vegas and, we go out early and we start walking around and, we go to some of the casinos and one may have a comp better than the other. So we're,
Yeah.
out there and it's 1, 2 in the afternoon. And all of a sudden I realize, I'm down. It's like, it's ugly, and
Yeah.
I only take a certain amount and I want to keep the rest in the safe at the room or whatever. And I try to,
Yeah.
budget myself throughout the day. But here I am sitting to Sierra Slots point. I got my ATM in my car and in my wallet, and I'm going, shit, I just blew my whole bankroll in an hour. Now what do I do? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not going to do anything the rest of the day. And it's like, do you dip into the funds for the next day, or do you
I
really?
have,
How
but I
disciplined can
don't
you be?
sometimes I have, especially if it's towards the end of the trip and I haven't gone through everything. Like, there's days
Yeah,
you're gonna be up. But when I'm
sure.
with my mom, it's a little bit different. My mom does not care about going to see other casinos or other like she doesn't care what the
Okay.
inside of a hotel looks like. My mom's there to play. But like
Yeah, I
her little
love
45
that.
cents, So like if I'm with
Yeah,
my
yeah,
mom,
yeah.
we'll get lunch and then we'll probably go play. And then
Okay.
we'll end up going back to the room to like relax, have
Hmm.
dinner, and then we go play again.
Yeah. Well,
It depends on who I'm with.
why don't we talk about what Lucky Texas Gambler said about a gambling box? You say you have one, and basically, for those of you that don't know what that is, it's essentially a box like a little money safe or a
Yeah.
little. It's almost the size of like a little wallet. Depends on how
Yeah,
big. I
it's
think there's
not
some
that big.
varied
Yeah.
sizes. You keep the key at home. Obviously, you
Mhm.
don't
Or
come with the key, and it's
you should keep the key at home.
or even better. I mean, I've heard of people like, well, what good does that do you? You can still open it up when you get home or whatever. Some freeze the key in a block of ice. I mean, I've heard crazy stuff
Oh, I'm not
credit,
doing that.
which people do with credit cards and other things
Yeah.
too. But then when you go to the casino, you take some winnings and you stuff it in that little box so that you can't break it open, which we all tend to do as gambling enthusiasts, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a great idea. Oh,
Um,
33. Wow, there you go. Broke gambler. Yeah. Nice.
so Dirk,
Nice.
I've actually been to one with Virgin Voyages that I got through Dania, and I think I could have done like a 3 or a 5 day, and it was fine. It was easy process. They
Yeah.
allowed me to record there, and I think we just had to pay port charges, and that's it. So I would definitely do it if I were you.
Yeah,
Hey,
and I know
Robert.
Shelly had. Hey, Robert, what's going on? Thanks for joining. And I know Shelly has done this because we just got off of the Royal Caribbean cruise, and we kind of matched all of our Casino Royale, which is a
Mhm.
casino Royal
Yeah.
Caribbean. If you hit Prime status, which is, it depends. Sometimes it's 2,600 points or tier points, whatever, if you're used to casinos.
Mhm.
Um, and then all of a sudden you start to get all these free offers for
It's
cruises.
free. I don't
And
care.
yeah, I know most are 3 to 4 days. Some are up to
Yeah.
7 days, to Dirk's point. And I just hit during the last cruise again because it was a very, very generous cruise and shorts to come. Um, and I can't remember the points. It was 4,500 or 5,000. I don't know what it was. But they also offer you different cruises on that ship. So if you
Mhm.
hit certain tier points, it's not just kind of the cruises you're going to get in the future of the free offers because you've played. It's like specific. Well, it was like 12 pages of these cruise opportunities, and some were 12-day cruises
Wow.
out of Australia. I mean,
Yeah.
crazy ports of call, which I didn't even know of. I mean, my normal free cruises I get from Royal are all out of the West Coast, out of
Yeah.
Corpus Christi, Texas, some out of New Jersey, most out of Florida, things like that. But still, they're great opportunities.
Yeah.
And to your point, I mean, it's a port fee, right, and
And it's not
taxes.
even that bad.
Yeah,
And, like, it
yeah,
depends on where I would go. I would either upgrade to, like, a window or,
yeah,
like, a
yeah.
balcony, depending on if it's someplace I don't really care about, then I wouldn't waste my money on it. Still
Yeah,
definitely a window just for me, but,
yeah,
I did
yeah.
get one.
Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
got one through Dania, which I have to book by this July, which I can do up
Mm.
to 10 days, and, I'm booking with one of my friends, and I think we're gonna do Europe.
Oh,
So,
nice,
yeah, yeah, so
nice.
I just,
Well,
need to get on
I
that.
would say if anyone has not done, and I don't know about the other cruise lines, I'm sure that they would do something similar. I'm just
Mhm,
most familiar with Royal Caribbean. But if you've ever done a cruise or thinking about it, and you like to gamble, take advantage of gambling at the Casino Royale. Make sure you use the card, get the comp points, and I 100% guarantee, well, I can't 100%, I will almost guarantee that you will get offers
yeah.
in the future because they want you to come back and they're very loyal to
Yeah.
their customers at Royal Caribbean.
Also, if, I'm not advertising this company, I've actually never used this company, You Are Comped.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I
That's the
do know
you
You
are
Are Comped. So, I
comped.
know
Yeah.
someone personally who has used them for cruises,
Hmm.
and, I signed up for it. You have to send them, like, recent offers that you get from casinos already, and it's pretty cool because, like, I'm getting offers for, like, different hotels I've never even been to, where they're like, "Oh, we'll fly you out here because they want you to
Yeah.
go." But I
Yeah.
have never used it, so I can't really say my
Yeah.
experience with it. I did
Yeah.
try to get an Alaska cruise, and I was denied because I didn't play enough.
Well, and actually, I appreciate you mentioning this because you offered that as an option
Glad
for
you liked
me,
it, Pro Gambler.
and you know
Sorry.
what's interesting is no. To your point, it is new casinos and new cruise lines. I think MSC and a couple others. I
Mhm.
mean, some I'm not familiar with, and some of the hotels and casinos and
Yeah.
resorts. It's all new, so this is great. We always like to go to new places and things like that. Okay, well, we're 43 minutes in. We got still quite a few things, little hot topics to talk
Okay.
about. So um, let's kind of go to the next one. Let's see. Let's talk about some of the latest slot video trends. Obviously, we're vertical. That's this big vertical and horizontal push. What do you think? I mean, I've done, I think, two vertical lives, maybe, and I know this is vertical. It has to be vertical when
Yes.
when I invite you to share here. But what's everyone's opinion of that? How is that going? I feel like YouTube was on this huge push, and I think they're trying to match
Mhm.
some other competitors out there, which good for them, right? Adapt or die. It's kind of like us as slot channel and influencers. We have to kind of stay
Yeah.
on top of the trends and things. You have to stay in our lane and what we do, right? It's just like you and everything else. But what do you think about the vertical horizontal thing?
I don't wanna sound dramatic, but I hate it with a passion. Like, I hate it. And
Okay.
no disrespect to any other channels that I watch, but if I turn on a channel and they're doing a live and it's vertical, I'll say hi and then I'm done. Like, I just cannot do
Yeah.
it. I hate it.
And why? And why though? I mean, and that's okay, right? We're all entitled to our own
Mhm.
opinion, and it's totally fine. But what is the reason for you?
I want to say the biggest reason, and maybe it's my fault, is that when I try to scroll, I go into someone else's live stream, and it's
Oh,
so
like you're
annoying.
yeah, yeah.
And then
That's
like the
true.
chat screen is like this big, and I'm very
Yeah.
social in the chat sometimes. And then like
Yep.
I can see this much, and I try to say something and scroll, and then I'm in like a cooking
Well,
one or something.
you and on that, you know what my biggest complaint is that horizontal because of the chat. Exactly. I was just about to say that,
Yeah.
Robert. One, I can't, I can't zoom in and zoom out. I don't think that that's a feature yet of the vertical when you're on your iPhone. And then you have to up and down and adjust the so you can
Mhm.
get some of the chat. So I think the one or couple no, two times I've done it, I've actually had my iPad out
Yeah.
watching the chat, so so I can engage. And I'm with you, it's like I don't want to miss the engagement, because that's really
Yeah.
why I do the lives. I love engaging with people and talking and asking people, hey, what should I bet, what should I play, what should I do?
Yeah. So with
Yeah,
that being said, one thing I never thought would come out of my mouth is I am willing to try it just because I see there are channels that get a ton of views. So there's a ton of people
yeah,
watching. Like there's people who
yeah,
actually like it. And not everybody chats in the chat. Some people just want to have a larger screen and they don't need to be
yeah.
social. I think I would try it at least one time.
Sure.
But for me, I hate it so much that I don't want to subject anybody else to it. You know what I mean? Like, I hate this,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
here,
yeah.
you guys have to suffer through this uh,
Yeah, yeah,
vertical.
yeah, yeah.
But I am going to try
Well,
it eventually.
okay. Yeah. Who's this? Sierra OS gets a tons of views doing vertical. Yeah. Yeah. And, hey, again, to each their own. I mean, it's like, I think it's great that, YouTube offers both, and what's interesting
Yeah.
is every time, and I remember before it became the push, and I think my first live, I don't know if this was in Foxwoods or where it was last year, even on a alternate channel. For those of
Hmm.
you that know, I think I accidentally made it vertical and I didn't mean to, and I had to start all over again and make it horizontal. They were pushing and recommending
Yes,
vertical
they were.
in 2023,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden here we are in like the first quarter, into the first quarter. So okay, so that's kind of another little trend. What else is going on with trends out there? Oh, I think I did a. Did I just see one of the channels, big channels? She posted her win loss for 2023.
Yeah. Lady Luck.
Yeah,
That
Lady
was
Luck
awesome.
HQ. That was awesome.
Hmm.
And I remember I looked at her 20. I think it was 2022 win
I
loss,
think I did too.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and so that was interesting when you mentioned it. And what's funny is I'm going to cover up some of mine on the bottom, but I got all my stuff here too. I'm doing it and going through it, and I just got another one from a casino. And yeah, I mean it's a pretty expensive hobby for me. But
Yeah.
last year for me was not a good year for whatever reason. But this year already, it's starting off to be much better. I mean, I'm like I don't remember how many hand pays last year, but it was not fantastic. But this year, it's like I'm at like ten or
What is
11 or
Dragon
12. It's
Train?
crazy.
Broke Gambler. I don't
What's
think I've
that?
ever seen that. Dragon Train?
Huff and More Puff is trending. Dragon Train, or is it? I don't know.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. Oh wait, I think. Let me see. I don't think I have time to look that up. But Dragon. I think I may know what he's talking about.
oh, it's a new
Oh
Dragon.
yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
it.
New Dragon Train slot
Mhm.
machine. Yep, yep.
And now
Interesting,
I have to go look
interesting.
for it. But I have been playing Huff and Even More Puff.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not gonna
like
lie,
Huff and Even More
it
Puff.
has sucked me in, and I don't care if I lose. I am still gonna play it because I am
Yeah,
determined to get one of the super mansion features,
yeah. Oh my
and I'm not gonna
gosh.
stop
Oh,
until I do.
thank you for telling me. I love to watch all the really big slot channels, and one of the channels had played the Huff and Even More Puff and got the mansion feature in a full screen, top to bottom.
Was it
Of
someone or I think it was Shinobi. I want to say that he
did
was
he?
playing, and
Did he?
it was his neighbor. I think.
Yeah. So
I don't know
his
if it was
neighbor
another
did it.
person. Hmm.
Yeah, it's Vegas low roller. Um,
Okay, so that's a different
his
channel.
his
Mhm.
channel, yeah, yep, Vegas low roller, yep. Thanks, Sierra. Um, and
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't trying to hide it. I mean, it was like, but that's, again, I love watching, I watch all the big channels just to see, what they're doing and what's trending. And I like it because they actually get on some of the new slots, but I'll also just venture off. I mean, look, I love the Dragon Link and the Lightning Link slots. What else have I been playing lately that's been pretty good to me? Um, I'm trying to think. Double Money Link, the double
Oh yeah,
Money
yeah.
Link games. Those have been pretty good. And of course, I
Yeah.
like the what's the oh, I can't think of it. I do it all the time where you got to get five, or sometimes you get five if you do the 5 cent and 10 cent denom. Mighty Cash.
Mighty Cash.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that one too.
Mighty Cash is fun.
Hey, how about, by the way, since you are a moderator for him, how about the 500,000 subscribers for Mr. Handpay?
That's amazing. Like he just hit 400,000 the end of January, I want to say. And it's out of control.
What happened?
It's amazing.
Didn't he do like a big 400,000 live?
Yeah,
and then it was I think swear to God,
his birthday in January.
I'm like 100,000 subscribers in 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, he does a good job. I mean, he's always pushing out content. He's really like, even before that, like when I had just discovered him, he became my favorite very quickly because of the way he engages with everybody.
Yeah.
He's really down to earth. He's really nice.
Yeah, he is a great guy. He's a really good guy.
Yeah. So, but that was the one part that really like made me keep coming back to watching him, was that like he would do these premieres and he's in the chat as himself talking, and not a lot of people do that once or twice a week. So I think
I even asked and questioned if it's really him in the chat on the premieres and stuff, which obviously are pre-recorded, but they want to do them as premieres because they're just, they're either amazing videos or, hey, it's okay to do a premiere every once in a while, not alive, right? And I do think that that's awesome how he engages with the group and all that.
Yeah, but, and that's, he's successful and he knows what he's doing, and he has, like, not saying me, but I'm saying, like, his team of people that's, with him, and it's great.
Yeah. Okay. What about advice to anyone? I know there's a few in here. Shelly and I actually were going to have a great conversation about
yes,
this.
Robert.
Yeah.
Sorry. No,
you're good.
And it's great content. Like I'm not even just saying it. Like I love his stuff, and like, like I'll sit there and I actually watch and listen to the entire thing. Yeah.
Right. But
so it's great.
I'm not going to say. Dirk Diggler says, I'm not going to say the name, but the first letters. Yeah. Yeah. You can say it. Vegas Matt. He's got my name. Or do I have his name? He may be older than me, so I'll say I have his name. Actually, what's really interesting on my other channel, I actually challenged him on something. I don't know if you guys recall. He used to do back early on. I don't know. He was still popular, but not the popularity he is now. And I challenged him, and he accepted it. But I have a spin on. You know how I used to do who could win the most after a certain amount of money. I don't know if you ever saw any of his videos. These are probably 6 months or 9 months, 12 months ago, whatever. His challenge was pretty early, and he actually accepted my challenge. But I still need to call him out on that and have him make good on that. But I got a new spin on that. But he's great. He's actually a really good personality. He was just out at Slots Fiesta, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool. Okay, so what about where I was going to go just a minute ago? Shelly and I were going to talk about it. I don't know if she's still in the room on the Royal Caribbean Cruise, but those who are not already slot influencers or have a slot channel, what advice or what tips, tricks would you advise about starting a influencer channel on YouTube? And how did you do it, and why did you do it?
I did it because I was going to the casinos once a week. I was going to Vegas like 4 times a year. I was going to Atlantic City. I was going to Beau Rivage. I was going all the time, to different casinos. And I was like, well, if other people can do it, like, why not me?
Right.
And so I decided, I just decided to do it. And I think my biggest tip, and this is something I also have to remind myself, is think think of why you're starting it. What is
Mm,
your goal? Like for me, right now, it's a hobby. I'm not
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, of course everybody wants to make money. Like I'm not even, of course I'm not gonna lie and say we don't, but that's not my I'm not trying to like quit my job and do this full time. For me right
Right.
now it's a hobby and if I can make a couple bucks a month, why not?
Yeah.
Um but I just think always remember that because I know there are some people that feel like they constantly have to put out content
Mm,
because I post on Mondays or I post this and I have to have something to post. And I try not to set myself up like that because once you do, I
yeah.
feel
The
like it kind of
pressure on you.
changes. It changes from
Oh,
being a
oh
hobby
yeah.
to something that stresses you out. And I never want to feel like I have to go to the casino when I can't afford it.
Right. Right.
So I think it was November or December I put out a whole community post that I would have some videos, but not really. Like I was gonna
Yeah.
take a break because I need to be true to myself. I need to be true to my budget. And
Yep.
there was a time where I did feel like I had to keep posting and I'm like,
Mm,
"Wait, this is not gonna be fun anymore. I'm doing
sure.
this for fun."
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I only go to the casino once a month and I only have one video to show for it, then that's all I'm putting out. And,
Yeah.
so I guess think about what it is you're trying to do. Some people wanna start it and
Y-
they really wanna get subscribers and they wanna make money, but I think there's a
Well,
lot
and
that
that.
goes with it.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that's exactly the reason why I did it. It's because I was going to do it anyway,
Mhm.
and it's a kind of a little hobby and pastime of mine.
Oh, yeah.
And then and I think I remember my son one day telling me because I had just had these conversations with the machine. You know what I mean? And he's like, "Oh my god, that would make a good video."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, "Oh, I guess it would." And to Dirk's point, it's like you still have to be yourself. Um, sure, I get more animated because I'm gambling. I mean,
Yeah.
I might win thousands or I might lose thousands.
Yeah.
And it's exciting, obviously, to have that opportunity. But I think that's a great point. You have to think of why you're doing it because look, I had a prior channel that I started in January of 2023, and you know, I was at almost 1,600 subscribers or just over
Yeah.
that. I was really close to being monetized. And then I woke up a March morning, March 11th, March 12th morning, and my channel was pulled down. And I had almost close to 1 million views and really close to monetization. And I had like 220 videos. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to talk about blood, sweat, and tears put into it. But look, I mean, I kind of I'm not doing this to make money. I'm not a
Yeah.
Mr. Handpay. I'm not a Vegas Matt and all that, where you're actually making some additional income from it, or a Lady Luck and all that. And this is going to segue great into my next topic here. Um, and I'm doing it because I just love to do it, and I love to engage with the community. And
Yeah.
it's a great community of people we've met. It's a very supportive community. Some like to say we're a great community of degenerate gamblers and whatever. And I don't look at it that way because I mean everybody I've met, we're very sane individuals. We're very smart individuals. I haven't met one that I felt was a true, person that needed to maybe contact 1-800 Gamblers Anonymous or something like that. I mean, I'm being serious. It's like
Yeah.
everyone is doing this as a true hobby, and I think everyone, just like you mentioned before, has defined their budget and sticks
Yeah.
within that. It really enjoys it as a hobby, and what does it
So
say?
I was reading chat.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Sierra was saying that she's low rolling and
Yep.
she's a first in Tahoe, so that's awesome. And that's
Oh
nice. Like,
yeah, that is
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Hey
Oh,
Magmag.
Mag's in.
And Broke Gambler, I'm the same way. Like, I'm not gonna quit my real job for this.
Right.
And I'm not
Yep.
gonna yes, of course I want to be monetized, of course. But I'm not gonna try to lose focus of it still being a hobby,
Yep.
number one.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh, thank you, Robert.
and that's the thing. It's like I know that this channel. I mean, honestly, I haven't even done the numbers, but I'm very blessed. I have a wonderful job. Um, I enjoy what I do. I will never quit that job. I love to connect and meet people. I've met Dirk.
Yeah.
Um, I, Sierra was it the
Tokyo
Tokyo
Tea
Tea
Fest.
Fest? Yeah, and I mean you from Tokyo Tea Fest,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's a great community. And then I love to engage with new people, whether it's lives or just in the casino because of
Yeah.
my silly antics, or just talking to the machines, or just whatever it is. It's a really great community. So if you want to start a channel, make sure you first know why you're doing it and what you're doing
Yeah.
it for. Because if you want to make money from it, it could be an opportunity, which is going to lead me into this: sponsorships. You know,
Mhm.
that's where I think a lot of the channels, a lot of people get accused, whether it's right
Like
or
selling out.
wrong,
Mhm.
yeah, for selling out, for taking sponsorships, and oh, you're not gambling with your own money. Oh, you're not whatever. But look, the reality is, I think myself and even you have been contacted by a couple of maybe up and coming, but still very
I mean,
popular.
they could be scams. I don't know. I don't know if
Well,
they're real companies or
well,
not.
they could be, but the reality is, you're approaching 4,000 subscribers. My prior channel was 1,600. I think when you get to a certain point,
Mhm.
yourself, especially right now, and as I'm trying to rebuild here in this new direction for me, it's like they want people that they can that connect to their audience, that can push a product for them,
Yeah.
and something that you're selling out by getting a sponsorship. But look, a lot of the bigger channels do the, I don't know, I'm not even going to mention the names of the online
Yeah.
casinos and some of the other stuff. I don't believe in that. But what's your thought on that? I mean, what would you sell your soul for? Uh, what kind of sponsorships? I
Um,
mean, what do you believe about that?
as of now, because I don't actually play online casinos, except for like I really like the My Vegas. I'm an MGM person. I feel like I say this all the time. So there's like my MGM, or I think it's called Bet MGM, which I can't do it in Florida unless it's horse
Right.
racing. But I did it when I was in Atlantic City. And
Okay.
MGM has like casino online where you can like bet real money. So like something like that,
Oh,
like I love MGM. So if they came to me, yes.
yeah.
And then like fun stuff that I use, like it wouldn't even be casino related. Like JetBlue. I love JetBlue. I love Starbucks. I love Canada
Yeah.
Dry. Like stupid stuff like that. Like people who
Yeah.
would never
Yeah.
contact me. But it
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
to be products that I actually use and really like. I can't see myself getting contacted by a company that I've never like really checked out their site or never played, and then all of a sudden be like, "Oh my god, they're amazing." You know?
Yep.
Like I can tell you amazing things about the companies I do like, and that would
Yeah.
be real. Mhm.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, hey, if you're going to invest in something like, financial investment 101, invest in
No,
what you
I
believe
agree,
in.
pro gambler.
Yeah, invest in what you believe in, invest in what you buy, invest in what you use, the products that you use, and I would consider that for whatever it is. So,
Yeah.
do I think it's a sellout? Not really, but I will say that I do have a line in the sand for things that aren't one, legal in the United States of America.
Mhm.
I will obviously draw a line in the sand there, and then I
Yeah.
think real dollars. If it's not, you know what I mean. Anyway,
I think you have to do what feels right to you. Do what
and
you're
that,
comfortable
sure,
with.
sure,
And for me, it's still a hobby, so
yeah,
maybe down the road things change. Maybe
sure,
maybe my income will be different and I have more money to spend that I can do certain things.
yeah,
Um and that might change. Maybe I would say yes. But as of right now, where I'm at,
yeah,
I don't think I would do that unless it was
yeah,
a company that I already
yeah.
like love.
It is interesting, and I'll just point this out, and I'm certainly not going to mention any names, but I will say that of the channels that I have seen that have sponsorships that are probably required, I don't know the details of their contract, to put out content for these companies that are they're sponsored by. I do think that there is not the same attention and viewership of those videos than their normal content. But again, that's just an anecdotal kind of observation on my point.
Hold on one second.
Sure.
Sierra, I think I want to say it might have been 500 to sell
Yeah.
merch because I think that's when I did mine.
Yeah.
Dirk
So
Diggler. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. And what was it? What you were just saying? I was actually going to comment on that too.
Make it about the if you're having to if you have a sponsorship and having to do those videos
Oh yeah,
versus
so again, I just like the vertical. I try not to do things that I wouldn't normally want to do or watch. I don't ever watch people play those online games. The online
yeah,
no disrespect, it's just not something that entertains me. So
right,
if I already know I'm not entertained by it, I'm not going to do it for someone else.
right,
Just to
and
get views. And but I'm not judging anyone. People have their own,
no, no,
people are
and
doing
that's
this. Some people are doing it to make money, and that's fine.
well, and listen, the bottom line is what Dirk said a minute ago, and that is be yourself, be authentic, and be true, and
Yeah.
that's what matters at the end of the day because you have to answer to you. You make that bed, you got to sleep
Yeah.
in it, and the idea of like right now, this is exactly the same person. If they were to see me in the casino, I
Yeah.
might just be a little
I
more
hope so.
excited.
And I hope so. I hope people who have met
Yeah,
me are like, "Oh,
yeah,
she's the same." I'm probably more quiet in person, like, when you first meet me because
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
just who I
yeah,
am, but I don't
yeah.
wanna come out here with a fake personality, and
No.
that's gonna shine through too, so,
Oh,
um
absolutely. Okay. Well, we've been on for 66 minutes, and thank you everyone for sticking
Ooh.
around. Let's see. I got just a couple. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? We talked about.
So,
Did we talk
can I
really
can
officially? Go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry, I just wanna interrupt Sierra or interrupt you to talk to Sierra.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So something that I did, and I might have already had this conversation with you, is that because she's saying she wants to sell Lake Tahoe merch, not Sierra Slots merch. And for me, when I started, I want to say in December-ish is when I put out like my Christmas line. And
Hmm.
I knew because at that point I had just over 500 subscribers. And even now I do the same thing. No one is really buying something for my name. They don't really know. They're not, oh, that's a Slot Crush shirt. Let me buy it. They're not doing that.
Right.
So I did make a shirt and I put my name very small. So it's still on there. And I think that's what you should do as well, Sierra, is
That's great advice.
still have whatever you want to do for Lake Tahoe, but somewhere on there, like I think I put my name in like a belt buckle or on like the side of a
Yeah.
car on some of the things that I had. So my name is on it, but it's not like the giant focus. Like
Right.
these
I mean,
popular channels, you're buying it for their name.
yeah, the design for someone like you and I, maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
although you are approaching 4,000 subs, let's just be honest.
But
But the
it's still like that's
design
still not
is
really a lot,
key.
technically.
Well, I mean, that's a
Mhm.
great growing channel. And
Yeah.
real quick, and let's make this the last thing we talk about so we
Okay.
can wrap this up. And again, I appreciate everyone for sticking on. We never really talked about. We got sidetracked. Imagine that. With your biggest wins and biggest losses. I mean, we
Okay.
didn't really.
No, Sierra, you don't have to. It was just a recommendation that
Mm,
something I did. So my biggest wins, my biggest losses, I think I touched on it a little bit with the losses because I don't keep track unless I'm on
yep.
vacation.
Yep.
Biggest wins was I have a video out when I was pretty new with my slot channel, which was just over 6,700, which was a high limit piggy banking machine, and I hit the major.
Nice. How much was
It was
that?
just over 6,700 at Dania, and it was I think I already said it was a high limit machine, so that
Okay.
was amazing. That was amazing. I was not expecting it. It was piggy banking, and I think I had either the entire bottom 2 rows or the entire top 2 rows, and as it was cycling through, like, you didn't even see the major, and I know some people think, like, you have to see it to
You
get
have
it.
to see it. Yeah, kind of like Dragon Link or Lightning
Yeah,
Link.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah.
go watch that video. But actually, I think I put a short out too if you guys don't wanna watch the whole thing. Um, and it never actually cycled through, and when it came out, that's when I won it. So
Dang.
it was a huge shock, and I was playing, I wanna say 10 cents, $5 a spin.
Wow.
Um, my second biggest was just over 5,000, and I think mostly everybody probably saw it with Mr. Handpay. Um, I don't know what he calls it, like the Handpay experience with when he gives people
Yeah.
$200 to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, he surprised me with that, and, I hit a minor pepper. And I had never really played that game before, so I didn't know what was happening. That was so much fun, and that was just over 5,600, I believe. So those are my two biggest.
Nice. Nice,
Yeah,
nice. Yeah,
I do wanna have a grand.
yeah,
That's
me
that's my
too.
that's my goal in life.
Me too. God, I want that
Mhm.
so bad. It's gonna
Yeah.
come. I have some shorts out and I got a lot more
Hey, Sarah.
content. But man, I have some shorts where it's just one shy. You know what I mean? One ball. It's like, come on, come on. My biggest, and I think some of the group that's in the live now with us in the chat was part of this almost a month ago now when we did this. And I hit on a crystal star. It was just over 14,000 on
Wow. Mhm.
$11.25 bet. It hit that ninth line, and I think I put $200 in the machine, and I spun like 3 or 4 times, and I didn't even
Yeah.
know. I'm trying to do the math of 45 times a quarter, and I didn't even
Oh,
know. And next thing I know,
I'm
it's
not doing that.
jackpot, and I look up, and I'm like, oh my god, it's the
Yeah.
14,000. It's
So,
crazy.
broke gambler, that's
Yeah,
amazing. Congratulations. But I do have a question for you. And
broke.
I know
What?
I try not to use keywords that other channels use, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I can't think of another word. What are your like bucket list things that you want to accomplish, like in different games?
Okay, so I want to hit the grand.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's a bucket list for me. So I definitely want to hit a grand on probably, well, let's just be honest, the Dragon Link machine. I mean, that's like my favorite, and
Yeah.
um, so I definitely want to hit the grand on a Dragon Link, and then I think after that, my next would probably be hitting the what is the high limit? Is it the high limit major? That's 50,000. The
At Hard
high
Rock.
limit? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I think that's my next little bucket list is to try to, but that's like entering out almost outside of my comfort quiver zone of, I mean, it's the min bet is $1 denom and $25 a bet.
Yeah.
I had some on my previous channel where I had a really great run in the Caesars property. I was up like 2 or 3 hand pays in the high limit room within like 20 minutes of, I mean, it was stupid crazy. And so I just went to that machine and you get a couple bonuses, but
Yeah.
man, that $25 a spin goes
Oh
really
yeah.
quick, y'all. I
Yeah.
mean, so I mean that's probably honestly, I mean, I've been very, very fortunate in hitting some 10,000 maxed majors, that Crystal
Hmm.
Star, some of that. I mean, I am not gonna, be bashful, and I'm totally transparent with that. I've had a really good run the last couple
Yeah.
years. So now it's like being careful to not chase that probably
Yeah.
almost unobtainable. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
but but look, I still have some love for the reels, the 3 reels, the crystal stars, the is it the rubies, and some of the ones I think Mr. Handpay plays a lot of that stuff too, in a
Hmm.
different denomination than me. But
Yeah.
yeah, so those are probably, and then really, I think a bucket list is I want to get to, and I'm a long way from it now on my new channel, but I want to get to 5,000 subs so that I
Yeah.
can
Me too.
record at,
At Hard
Hard
Rock.
Rock. I mean, that is
Yeah.
because I almost consider that my home casino. I'm from Tampa. There's one there. A lot of my close friends go there quite frequently. Shelly,
Hmm.
Jason, Ben, a lot of the other group I hang out with, and then also in Hollywood because I'm spending a lot more time in West Palm Beach in the South Florida area. So
Yeah.
those are some of
Hey,
them,
casino slot couple.
yeah, and maybe status at some of them. You know what I mean? That's another
Yeah.
little bucket list to get that
So
invitation status, maybe.
Midwest, actually, I've had a full screen mansion bonus on Huff and More Puff. And I did okay-ish. I think I was playing maybe 5 cents, 250. It could have been $5 at 10 cents. I mean, I obviously got money from it, but it didn't pay out like some other people's machines. So I did that, and I did get a 5 trigger on Dancing Drums before, so that was cool. My bucket list would be super grand chance on Dollar Storm. Even if I don't get the major,
Ah,
I don't even care if it's $1,000. Like I want that. Um, I do want to hit 5 digits of a win, like a grand or like 10,000 and up. And of
Oh yeah.
course, anything bigger than that is amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I want to say the super grand chance is something I really want to do.
Yeah. And what's crazy about the super grand is it can happen at any bet
Oh yeah.
and throughout it. But I'm trying to think of like I don't know if I've seen but maybe one person get it and all the gambling I've done and seen it. You know what I mean? So to me, that's a real like bucket list and unicorn type
Yeah.
thing, which is really
Oh,
cool because I
and
love it.
also, sorry, getting the triple like major or triple minor.
Oh yes.
So when
Yes,
I was at
I've seen some hard rock stuff where it's like, "Oh
yeah,
my god, it just won't stop."
when I was at Borgata, I ended up getting a double mini, which was the first time ever, and I was so excited. Um,
That's
but
crazy.
yeah,
That's crazy.
it's
Yeah.
the little things that we look forward to.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to see. I think we've hit everything we wanted to talk about,
Yeah.
and we're at 76 minutes. But I know we had a few people who just jumped in. Casino slots, couple. Thank you for jumping in.
Yes.
Broke gambler, appreciate you. We had a couple new people come in. It's really awesome. Any questions that you guys want to ask us before we get out of here on a Friday night? I know it's getting late. I'm on the West
Mhm.
Coast right now. I'm back at my old hometown for my former employer's 95th birthday. It's
Wow,
amazing.
amazing.
They were so kind and generous to invite me over here. Oh, don't even worry about it, casino couple. Oh wait, Midwest has. So anyway, questions. Let's see. What do we have?
Thoughts on
Midwest.
Huff and even more Puff. I don't care
Oh,
if I'm losing on it, I'm playing it.
we have some thoughts on that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I
I'm
actually have
playing
some
it.
videos. Yeah, I think we've played it side
Yeah.
by side. I did
Mhm.
pretty good on it, but it
Yeah.
was like it giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
see.
that
Let's
was
see. What do you
fun.
see?
So now my local casino has it, which I'm so excited. I'm actually gonna be playing that, this weekend when I go. I have gotten I've had the wolf come out, like the little wolf feature, and
Yeah.
then, which he upgraded me to the next level. So that was fun.
Nice.
And I don't know if I imagined this or not, because I haven't really watched a lot of videos of other people playing, but I swear when I first played it, I had gotten 5 hard hats. I think the wolf just threw me out the 6th one. And I don't
Nice.
think I imagined that because I've never seen it again. But that was really cool. I do want to get the 3 the golden buzzsaw,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want to get the mansion feature, the super one.
Yeah, yeah. That's me for sure. Is getting the super mansions on that. I do like it, but I'll agree with Casino Slot Couple. I don't think it's um, in my experience in my play paying as well as the others. But boy, is it fun! I mean, you know what
Oh
I
yeah.
mean? The interaction of it,
Yeah.
and I remember when it first came to Hard Rock in Hollywood. I mean, it was like you couldn't even get on the machine. I mean, people were like
Yeah.
waiting all day for it to open up
Yeah.
or something like that. Okay, see, what other questions? Let's see. Uh, Casino couple just
Yeah.
asked if either or no, broke asked if we're going to the G2E in October. Would like to meet you. That's in Las Vegas, I believe, right? Again.
Um,
Um,
yes. I wanna say so here's what happened last time. I was actually there that week, but I was with my mom, and I already started when I'm with my mom. She doesn't like to do anything. And she's like, "Yeah, I don't wanna go," and nor does she wanna be left alone in the casino. So I was
yeah,
actually in Vegas for G2E, and I couldn't even go. So hopefully hopefully this year will be better. Like, I can actually walk
yeah,
in the building this time, so
yeah.
that would be fun.
I I might be there. That coincides. I got to look at the dates because my I'm a pilot broke. I know you're new, so I don't know if you know, but I'm a pilot as well. And I fly privately, and my kind of the corporate um, our business. We have a group or entity. It's called the National Business Aircraft Association. Has their national conference every October. I went last year and I think I just missed that by a week or so. So I try to do a little bit of a boys' weekend and also go out to Las Vegas for the
Mhm.
my convention week. but I'm trying to remember. I got to look at that and see. But that would be awesome. I would like to go to that. That would be fun.
And yeah, I think last year it was the same week as Granny Fest, which is why I think I was in
Oh,
Vegas with my mom anyways, because we went there.
oh, and then Sierra just asked about Tokyo Tea Fest in 2024. It's July. I mean, I'm open. I need to probably reach out to Ivy Slots. I think he's coordinating it again, and
Has that actually been like advertised on his community post? I don't think I've seen anything yet.
yeah. And then Midwest is asking about Milwaukee.
Well, Robert,
Midwest.
I'd like to take. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, I'd like to take my mom on vacations with me because if I don't do that, she'll never go anywhere. And so yeah, so if I get a good deal somewhere, especially like with my comps, I try to drag my mom everywhere with me. So, but when I travel with my mom, it's very different because like she's not in like she doesn't care one bit about what the Bellagio looks like. Like she doesn't care about the flowers. She doesn't care. So I do know when I go with her that I'm probably not leaving the hotel we're staying at.
Yeah, and then Midwest asked about going to Milwaukee, and I used to go to Wisconsin quite a bit in my prior job, but it wasn't. It was the central Wisconsin area, but I do need to get over to Milwaukee in Chicago area. That would be
Mhm.
fun. Yeah. So she's talking about Tokyo Tea Fest. So yeah, Tokyo Tea Fest broke. It's a kind of a smaller but a slot influencer event. We all go live. We went 30-minute lives back to back to
Mhm.
back to
It
back.
was fun.
I think what was the earliest live that started? Big Slaughter or no? Who went? I can't remember who went first, but we had like
I was
Buffalo
like
Man
midway. Mhm.
slots. Yeah. So I don't know what time it started, but it was basically like 5 or 6 p.m. all the way through like a midnight time or
Yeah.
something like that. So it was great. Yeah. Oh, I can imagine, Sierra. Yeah, I can imagine it gets bigger every year. I love the events. I mean, did the Foxwood events as my prior channel. Just incredible reception,
That
just
was
for all. I mean,
one of the greatest experiences.
it was just amazing. It was amazing. I
Mhm.
got to meet Midwest Slots. Got to meet Dirk Diggler. Got to meet uh, Casino Slot Couple. I think they were there. Did they make it? No,
I met them.
no.
Were they
Power Couple
at?
Slots.
No, they were at Tokyo Tea Fest, I
Casino.
think, or Granny Fest. I
Yeah,
definitely met them. I think it
that's
was
where
at
they
Granny
met
Fest.
you there. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, just great events, great community. But yeah, they weren't there. They were at. They met you at the other one. It was the Power Couple Slots. All these names, these channels. Whew,
Yeah.
you got to get really creative in your channel name too. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah,
But Casino Slot Couple, I think I met you, right? Weren't you at Granny Fest?
yeah. I think they said that they met you there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get all the events mixed up, so I'm like, I know I met you definitely. I just couldn't remember which one.
Granny Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. My
Well,
mom actually really liked that, so I dragged her out of the casino to go.
yeah.
So that was fun.
Well, I'm going to go through my win-loss statements. Time to do
Okay,
taxes. But thank you so much, Slot Crush. I
it was fun.
appreciate your time. This was so much fun. I know the first time we did it on your channel, it was kind of just a trial run on some things
Yeah,
as I was getting this channel up and running. Thought we'd do it on my channel, and I appreciate everyone sticking around. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe if you aren't already, and don't forget Slot Crush. She has a
hmm
wonderful channel, a lot of great videos out there. She's approaching 4,000. I think you're close. You're only like 100 away or so. I think, right?
a little
From
bit more. I have
4,000.
like just over 3,800, I think. But yeah, it's exciting.
Jeez, that's awesome. I know casino slot. It's like I start looking. Last year was not a good year for me, but I look at it as a hobby, and honestly, it's as a hobby. I took a loss last year in totality for gambling, but as a hobby, I mean, it was palatable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But when I look at like Caesars and MGM and money in and money out, it's kind of like, oh my god, I did what? You know what I mean? But
yeah,
that's the whole idea of using your player's card, and that's you get the comps from it and everything
yeah.
else. But guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Slot Crush, unless you have anything else, or if anyone has a last minute
Well,
question.
now there's more people. So what I started with was I don't know
Oh,
how bad that the earthquake was, but hope everyone's houses
oh
are
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably scary for those who experienced it. So I hope everyone is well. Their houses are well. I saw a video
Yeah, I'm
online.
trying to
It was
think, like,
crazy.
when is the last time New Jersey, New York, I mean, the epicenter of a earthquake?
When I was a kid, I was probably like 4 years old. We had one. I lived in Queens and we had an earthquake, but I was sleeping. But I remember
Yeah.
that day. I just didn't feel it. So it does actually happen. I just don't think it
Yeah.
happens that often. So it's right.
Yeah.
Dirk, how was your house? Did like anything get knocked off the walls? Because I saw a video of someone else's house and like their picture frames were like getting knocked down. But yeah, hopefully everybody is okay because I'm sure it was scary, especially those
Yeah.
who never experienced one.
He said, "All good." Well, and also to wrap real quick, everyone, I will be the week of April 22nd. I will be doing some
Mhm.
lives, most likely during the week. That is Monday, the week of the 22nd. Probably some lives Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights. I like to do some of the off times, catch when some of the other larger channels to not either step on them and give an
Yeah,
opportunity. Obviously, it's a big space out there on YouTube, and I certainly want to respect that with others. And it's there's a lot of opportunity, and for me, it's like, hey, where can I kind of fit in and share with that space with everyone else? And
yeah.
sometimes I know if you're around, you say you're in training that week,
Mhm.
but we could do one and go back to back, stuff like that. We love to do
Yeah.
that. Might even have a
Well,
group pool
yeah, I'm
opportunity.
I'm o
Yeah,
I'm off on Monday anyway, so I just can't stay out late because 'cause I'll have to be in Miami Tuesday. Um,
yeah,
I'll be
okay.
in Miami all week. So, are you gonna be here Friday?
Yeah. So that week,
Mhm.
yeah, so I get in the 22nd and I won't leave until, is it the 28th, that Sunday?
Okay.
So it's
Okay,
it's a
perfect.
full
Alright,
week.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll see you, I could probably see you then.
Yeah, sure. We'll do some lives, and uh, y- as I've said before, the best moderator in the business, right there, Slot Crush. Um, she mods for me, and of course, I'm happy to do the same
Yeah.
and mod for you.
Oh, thank you, Dirk.
What did he say?
He's our biggest
Oh,
supporter.
he's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good. Yeah, if I could
Alright.
just get those 1,600 subscribers back, that would be a good start. But
Yeah,
you know
you
what?
will.
Hey, one day at a time. That's fine. That's fine with me. So thank you, everyone, for
Thank
joining
you,
in.
Sarah.
Really appreciate it. Thank you,
Alright.
Sarah.
It
Thanks,
was
everyone.
fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my dog's coming over. You guys like cute little
Bye
dogs.
bye, dog.